Monday, everybody, and today I bring you a large chunk of robot that is G2 Megatron. Oh yeah. So this large hunka burning robot is G2 Megatron, probably my most favorite Megatron ever. And what exactly is G2? Well, for those of you who do not know, Transformers tried to have a comeback in the 90s, and well, it didn't really quite work. I mean, yeah, there were some cool figures, including this guy, but, well, there wasn't really any TV shows. However, the original show did air again with little computer animated bits in between. But, basically, yeah, that's where this guy came from, and it's amazing that this guy did not have a show or anything to star in. He was just amazing all by himself. So, why exactly is this guy cool? Well, as you can see, he's got a bit of a bodybuilder's physique here with the humongous arms, giant legs, and, well, a giant M. And you gotta love his Arnold Schwarzenegger green Speedo here. But, yeah. But you gotta love that giant M, as if, you know, he wants you to know that it's him destroying you and not someone else. Well, and as is per for the norm for the 90s and the 80s, there is not a whole lot of articulation. In fact, it's only basically this and a little bit of elbow, which is weird. We also have me. That's cool, right? Yeah. Also, I'm not sure if the sounds work very much anymore, but there's a button back here on the giant purple gun that goes like, well, it does something. Anyway, and you also push down the guy's head and he goes, which in translation is, Megatron attacks! I cannot get over how awesome this guy is. I mean, he's just huge. I mean, he's big, he's huge, he's blocky, he feels good, but he doesn't look ridiculous like some of those Armada guys that came out. He's just awesome. I mean, he's about the size of a leader class, maybe a little bit shorter, but he's so much superior to the travesty that is Revenge of the Fallen Megatron. Yeah, this guy is totally awesome. As many times as they tried to remake him, they just not quite gotten the awesomicity. Is that a word? I don't think it is, but it's my word now. But the awesomicity of G2 Megatron. They tried giving him a crummy old 2-pack and a crummy old version of him during the Classics line, and they also during the Universe line gave him a little bit of a Legends figure that was like that big. And although it was kind of neat, it just was not this at all. But yeah, and I just totally love the green. I don't know what kind of shade of green this is. It's just wonderful. And this cartoony purple, it just really offsets him so very well. I mean, this is kind of like what Megatron should be. I don't know why he was a gun in the show. I mean, that just makes no sense. But for him to be this giant, muscular beef guy, this totally is Megatron. This is Megatron. But with this new look, he also gives off a new characteristic that had not really been fleshed out in the original G1 Megatron. He's a bit of a bigger, stronger, huskier brawler of a Megatron, and not quite the power-hungry maniac that was G1 Megatron. Ever since G2, Hasbro's always tried to make another tank Megatron, and that's like, you know, well, basically, what would the leader of the Decepticons that is going to destroy all of the universe going to be? A tank, of course. But they didn't really get it right ever again. This is the perfect Megatron. Okay, maybe masterpiece, but that's debatable. I also love that face. It's so 1990s, and you cannot be ready for what the awesomicity will be when he transforms into his alt mode. Oh yeah, a giant green and purple Decepticon Autobot killing tank. This is awesome. The transformation is actually fairly simple, and it's so very satisfying, and it's amazing how it just covers up everything. Of course, he was so blocky to begin with, it isn't too big of a surprise that he really just pretty much compacts together into this awesome little tank, but I'm so totally sold on this guy. I mean, he is awesome. I'm not sure about most of the G2 guys. They were a little crazy looking, but, you know, I mean, it's okay, because, you know, it was G2, and they weren't really sure what they wanted to do. But they were totally focused when they came up with this guy, because he is awesome. He just is. Totally cool. One thing that could have made this guy just even awesomer was that the turret could turn, but sadly it cannot. But that is okay, because everything about it is perfect. It even rolls really well. And when I say really well, I mean really well. It just looks awesome. The whole thing about it is awesome. I realized that there was a missile at one point that went in here and I guess shot out by way of this thing. But, you know, that's fine. This thing is just perfect in every single conceivable way. So in case I have not made it clear yet, I do indeed recommend this guy. However, he will be very expensive to get your hands on, and I really paid the cost. But I believe any Megatron fan will be able to agree with me on this, that this is truly one of the greatest Megatrons ever. And even though I'm not a really great Megatron fan myself, I still like him enough to appreciate it when he gets a really good toy, and that is exactly what this is. I'm Creature Hunt Guy, this is G2 Megatron, and I'll see you later.